Is investigating that incident in Marion County as a possible stand-your-ground case.
TV20's Taylor Bird tells us why law enforcement cannot make an arrest just yet.
Florida's Stand Your Ground law is taking center stage after a confrontation turned deadly. Marion County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the shooting death of Ajike Owens in Ocala. She was killed when her neighbor shot through the front door on Friday. No arrest has been made yet, as authorities are investigating if the shooting is justified under Florida's Stand Your Ground law. Gainesville attorney Ben Hudson explains.
Fear of imminent death or great bodily harm. And there's a presumption that says, oh, by the way, they did have that fear. The law says that they did if somebody's trying to break into their home. Again, that's a really tough bar for the, for the prosecution to hurdle.
The family named the shooter as 58-year-old Susan Lawrick. They claimed that prior to the shooting, Lawrick harassed the children in the neighborhood, calling them racial slurs. Owens' family demands justice, and the NAACP is calling for the shooter to be arrested.
One has been arrested. Everyone knows who did this. And as we stand demanding justice in our community.
The sheriff's office is working with the state attorney's office to determine if charges will be brought. Taylor Burr, TV20 News.